Okay, so I usually like to start the class with drawing a community card. I have my little inspirational oracle cards back here, and I just hop over and pull one out, and maybe it has a message for you, or maybe not. Desert Passage is the card for today. Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. Maybe this speaks to you a little bit. Right, I'll leave it out here. So we begin today's practice in Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Knees are out to the side. And you decide, since this is the beginning of the class, you can draw the feet further away to make this a little easier on the hips. You can pull the feet in a little bit more. If you have a block, I like to put the block between my feet. And then I hold on to my feet. Inhale, get a little taller. And then on the exhale, I just slowly fold over, and I can actually rest my head on the block. Right? If not, you can also simply let the head hang. This is not about going super deep here right now. This is simply about closing off the front body a little bit to help us draw inward, focusing a little bit onto the inner landscape. It's been a lot going on this week, a lot to digest, a lot happening that we need to deal with and that we have to deal with, but drawing in right now to finding that inner focal point, that inner strength, so that we can meet all these challenges anew with more balance and more focus and more strength. Drawing your attention to the back side of your body, and the low back. Envision we're breathing into the low back here. Maybe drawing some warmth into that area, relaxing it a little bit. Then your next inhale, draw it up all the way from your tailbone along the spine, all the way up towards the back of your head. And then releasing it back down. Sitting here a few times, inhaling the breath along the back of the body. And exhaling, washing it back down towards the tailbone. Maybe you notice your breath is starting to get a little slower. Maybe your breath is starting to get a little fuller. If it feels right, you can pause at the top of the inhalation. And also pause at the bottom of the exhalation. Connecting to the earth below through your sits bones where you touch the earth. Feeling supported, feeling the solid support. And knowing that this is where you draw your strength from. Inhale, we think I am. Exhale, safe. Inhale, may you. Exhale, be safe. Inhale, I am. Exhale, strong. Inhale, may you. Exhale, be strong. And next inhale, we slowly begin to lift the upper body up. If you have a block between your feet, move it out to the side. And then here, we thread the arms through under the knees, lifting the feet off the mat. I'm just going to turn around so you can see me side graze a little bit. My spine is long. I'm reaching through the crown of the head. Palms are facing up. And my shins are about parallel to the floor. The shoulders are relaxed, the jaw is relaxed. Every inhale, we grow a little bit taller. On the exhale, we get a little bit stronger. And then we reach through to the inside of the feet. And then on an inhale, straighten one leg. Sitting up tall. Exhale, bend that same leg. Inhale, straightening the other leg. Exhale, bending it. And then inhale, just try straightening both legs. And maybe they won't go straight all the way, maybe the knees stay bent. Or you prefer to play with one leg at a time. And then if we're here, maybe micro bend the knees, and then we reach the arms up, finding a first Navasana here. Sitting up tall. Breathing. Knowing we got this, we can hold this a little bit longer. Drawing strength from the earth and knowing in these times we may also need some strength for other people. They may need us. On the next inhale, we lift the arms and lower the right leg hovering. Exhale, draw it back up, arms come forward. Inhale, the left leg lowers down, the arms rise up. Exhale, sitting up tall. Once more on the right side. And on the left. And then bring the soles of the feet down, hugging the knees. Relax your forehead to the knees for a moment. And inhale, rise back up. We're bringing the right leg bent down on the floor, so the right knees out to the side, and the left foot crosses over to the outside of the right thigh. The right arm threads through. We're sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach the left arm high. And exhale, draw the arm back behind. Sitting tall, keep looking forward here. Sit tall and then connect that left hip into the ground. Inhale, and then on the exhale, turn over the left shoulder, looking back. Making sure we have the connection with the hips to the earth. Releasing our exhalation into the ground. And inhaling new energy up. Then returning to the front. We straighten the right leg long. And we keep that left leg on top of the right bend. Inhale, reach the arms high, sit up tall. Tuck the belly button in slightly. And then on the exhale, we just lean forward. Maybe we're reaching our feet. Maybe the hands come down along the chin somewhere. Finding a forward fold here, pressing the hips a little bit back. And stretching that low back. Maybe folding a little bit deeper, just checking in where we are. Inhale, we slowly rise back up. And the hands come down beside the hips, fingers facing forward. We slide that right foot in, placing it down on the earth, and then we lift the hips up, keeping that left leg crossed over the right. Lifting the hips a little higher, drawing the shoulders up. And then we dip the hips to the left. Inhaling back to center, and we dip the hips to the right. Inhale back to center, lowering the hips down, uncrossing the legs, and we switch sides. The left leg comes down bent, the right foot steps to the outside of the left thigh, rooting both hips down on the mat, threading the left arm through. Inhale, reach the right arm high and sit up tall. Exhale, keep looking forward, draw the right hand back on the floor. Inhale once more, sit a little taller, and then on the exhale, over the right shoulder. Checking in, what do we need today? Do we need a little more grounding? Then focus on your exhalation throughout the practice. And if you feel you need a little bit more uplifting, you need a little more energy, then focus on your inhalation throughout the practice. Inhaling, we turn back to the front. Then we lengthen that left leg out, and the right leg is crossed over. Inhale, we reach the arms high, tuck the belly button slightly in to protect the low back, and then on the exhale, we fold forward. And sending the hips a little bit more back. Inhale, rising back up. Hands next to the hips, sliding the left foot in. And then we press into the hands and the left foot, lifting the hips high. And we dip the hips to the right. Back to center. And we dip the hips to the left. Back to center. Lower the hips down. We uncross the legs, and here we find Sukhasana. So finding easy pose, cross-legged. One leg in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one is in front. The right hand comes to the floor next to us, maybe just the fingertips. And the left fingertips find the back of the head, leading the head into the hand and the hands into the fingertips a little bit. So we inhale, we look over to the left, drawing the left elbow back. And as we exhale, we turn over to the right and bringing the left elbow diagonal across to the right knee. Inhale, open up, and exhale, cross over. Inhale, open up, and as we turn over, we keep the spine long. That protects the low back as we're twisting from the thoracic spine, the largest and most flexible part of our spine. Elbow back, the hand comes down to the side, and then simply switch the cross of your legs here. Left hand down, right fingertips to the back of the head, leading the head into the fingertips. Inhale, look over to the right, drawing that right elbow back and up a little bit. And on the exhale, turn to the left, elbow to knee. Find the speed that is good for you. Maybe you're going a little slower than I am. Maybe you're going a little faster. And one more time. Inhaling back up. The right hand comes back down. And then we swing the legs out to the side and we find tabletop, hands and knees here. Taking a moment to set up. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, spreading the fingers wide. And shift the weight into the fingertips, making a little bit like claws on your mat. And then shift the weight over into the thumb and the index finger. The toes are untucked. press the tops of the feet into the mat. So you're taking the weight out of your knees. And relax. One more time. We press the tops of the feet into the mat. Press the hands into the mat. It's almost like the knees are lifted slightly. Relax. Once more. And then this time, maybe we even lift the knees a little bit off the mat. Maybe we can even lift them a little bit higher and look under. Lowering back down. This time as we inhale, we draw the chest forward, sending the gaze forward. Draw the shoulders back. Then we exhale, start from the tailbone, rounding the spine, tuck the chin in, tuck the belly button in, and then once more pressing into the tops of the feet. Maybe lifting the knees a little, maybe a lot. Going 2 more times like this. And we lower back down to table. And from here on the inhale, we reach that left leg long, pressing through the heel. And lift the leg high, lift the diagonal arm, the right arm forward, reaching as long as we can. We keep the leg lifted, we bring the right hand back down. On the inhale, draw that knee to the left shoulder. And on the exhale, we wrap it around, left foot towards the right shoulder. Inhaling to the left and exhaling, wrapping it around, opening and closing the hips here a little bit. One more time. And we keep that leg bent. Bringing the hips square to the mat, lifting that foot a little higher. As we inhale, we hug the elbows into the side, lower the chin to the mat, drawing that foot forward. As we exhale, we press back up and extend the leg long. One more time. Inhaling, look forward, draw the foot forward and lower down. Hugging the elbows into the waist. Exhaling, we straighten out, relax the shoulders. One more time. And exhaling. We lower that knee down to the mat, just shift the hips from side to side here a little bit, shifting the shoulders from side to side. As we inhale, we lengthen the right leg out, pressing through the heel, creating a little bit of length. And then lift the leg parallel, reaching the left arm out to the front. And then how long can we make it? How far can we reach forward and back? The lift keeps lifting, the left hand comes down. As we inhale, we draw the right knee to the right shoulder, and on the exhale, wrap it around to the other side. Keep going here a few times. Maybe we hear some crackling noises. And then we keep that leg bent, but bringing the hips square to the mat. Draw that foot up a little taller and a little more forward. Bending at the elbows, chin to the mat, and then pushing back up, extending the leg long. One more time. Inhale, we draw the shoulders back, elbows in, draw the foot forward, lower down, and pushing back up. And then we bring that knee down, shimmying the hips from side to side for a moment. Here we tuck the toes under. Draw the hips back. Reach the arms forward a little bit more. Make yourself really, really long. And then lift the knees off the mat. Keep the hips drawn back. Keep the knees bent. And from here, extending hips up to the ceiling. Come into your first Downward facing dog. You can walk your dog here for a moment. And find some stillness. Spreading the fingers wide, wrap the triceps towards the earth. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and the heels are heavy. Neck is relaxed and long. And here, step your feet a little wider, almost to the outer edges of the mat. So we inhale, come on to the tippy toes, and as we exhale, swivel the heels down to the right, leaning the hips over to the right. We press that left hand into the earth, creating a nice stretch on the left side of the body. As we inhale, we bend the knees, the heels peel off the mat, we lower the knees towards the floor. And exhale, sending the hips back up straight. Once more, bending the knees and extending. And once more on this side, bending and extending. Come back onto the toes and swivel back to the center, heels drop down. Inhale through the nose and release out the mouth. Inhale onto the toes and then swivel the heels to the left. Pressing the right hand into the mat, breathing into the right side body. Inhale, bending the knees, peel the heels off the mat. Exhale, extending the legs long, hips towards the left. Inhale, bending and lowering down. And exhale, extending. One more time. Inhale, we turn back to the center. Exhale, heels down to the mat. And then we begin to step the feet forward, wide to the outside of the hands. Toes are facing forward. And then bring the hips down so the thighs are almost parallel to the floor. Fingertips are on the earth. Inhale, send the chest forward, send the gaze forward. And on the exhale, tuck the belly button in, tuck the chin in. But we keep the thighs relatively parallel to the floor as we keep rounding the spine and flexing the spine. And you can hold one or the other a little bit longer. Just listen to what you want to do. Again, these are all just offerings. You can make it your own by just skipping some of these movements. And here, you bring the arms out long to the side. And just shift your weight a little bit from side to side on the feet, waving from side to side. And maybe you feel a little bit of a burn in the thighs. Just stay with it. Relax the jaws. You find a smile, knowing that change doesn't come out of a place of comfort. Change only comes out of places when we are willing to meet our fire, meet our discomfort, meet the things that are bringing us a little bit on edge. Reaching the arms forward. Maybe the hips go a little bit lower. And then bring the hands to the mat, extend the legs long, let the head hang. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. And then heel toe, the feet together. Inhale, we lift halfway, fingertips on the shins. Let's stay here for a moment. Reach the crown of the head forward. Reach the hips back and then draw the shoulders back away from the ears, creating a long spine here. And forward in. We bend the knees, rooting down through the feet. Inhale, rising up all the way. Reach the arms up. Palms come to touch, and then we draw the hands down, touching the third eye center, our mouth, and our heart. And I'm just turning around so you can see me. We're standing here in Tadasana, strong and taut. Bend the knees a little bit. And then as we inhale, palms facing down, It's like we're drawing the energy and the strength out of the earth, straightening the legs, reaching the arms long. And the exhale, offer the arms out in front, palms facing upward, lowering the knees. One more time, inhale, drawing the energy up, reaching up. And exhale, lengthening the arms forward. And then this time, shift the weight to the left leg. As we inhale, we draw the right foot up, finding a tree pose. Exhale, offering the arms to the front, stepping the foot down. And we switch sides. Inhale, this time the left foot comes up, standing tall in the tree for a moment. And on the exhale, placing the foot down. One more time each side. Reconnecting each time the foot touches down with the earth. And now truly seeing, do we need more reach or do we need more drawing down towards the earth? It's all available in every pose. This time, both feet stay on the ground. Inhale, we reach up, rise up one more time. And exhale, lower down, sink down. This time, the fingertips touch the earth, palms facing forward, send the hips back. And as we inhale, keeping the legs bent, reaching forward, finding chair pose. Inhale, we reach, and on the exhale, we draw the elbows back to the waist. Inhale, reach forward, sink the hips back a little. Exhale, drawing elbows to waist. Exhale. And then inhale, rising up all the way. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. Take a moment, close your eyes. Taking in where we are at this point. And place your right hand to the back of your head and your left hand to your low back, and take a moment to balance the back of the head over the sacrum. Like there's an invisible straight line, like a wall we're leaning against. And we bring the hands back in front of the heart. Inhale, reach up, and then on the exhale, draw the hands down the midline, sword forward all the way. Inhale, we lift halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, and here you can use blocks if that is helpful with stepping back. Stepping back with the left leg. Taking a moment here to create as much space as we can. And lower the left hip down. Draw the right hip back and the left hip forward, and keep that squaring of the hips. Inhale, rising up. Reach tall. Tuck the belly button slightly in, and then leaning back to protect the low back. Inhaling here. And as we exhale, we pour the arms down alongside the body, palms facing. Inhale, we draw them up over the front, palms facing up. And exhale, pour them down. One more time. Keep pulling the right hip back and the left hip forward. Drawing the belly button ever so slightly in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, the hands come forward, maybe on blocks or on the floor. Lifting the back knee and stepping it forward, meeting the right foot forward. Inhale, the right leg steps back, taking a moment to create some space. I'll lower the knee down. Draw the left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, reaching up. Slightly tucking the belly button. And then from here safely with length in the spine, leaning back a little bit. And the exhale, the arms pour down alongside the body, palms facing. Once more checking in. Do you need more grounding, more stability? And focus on the exhalation and the movement that comes with the exhalation. And if you need a little more uplift, In activity, focus on the inhalation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the block or to the mat. This time actually bring them to the mat. We're going to step back into a high plank. Taking a moment to set ourselves up here so that the shoulders are over the hands, spreading the fingers wide. As we inhale, draw the right knee into the chest. As you exhale, step it back. Switching sides, inhaling left knee in and step back. One more time on each side, or you can also take this moment and take a break if you like to take a break. It's Friday evening after all. And then from here, lower the knees down. Hug the elbows into the side. And then pull the chin and the nose through between the hands. Lengthening out, lifting into a low cobra. Draw the shoulders back, draw the elbows back, energetically draw the heels of the hands back. Really pull the chest through between the opening of the shoulders. Exhale, lower the forehead to the mat. Tuck the toes under, lifting up, and sending the hips back to the heels. Bringing the hands alongside the feet. Inhale, lifting the chest up to the sky. Or mini camel here. And then the exhale, come forward and lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Start from the knees. And step the hands between the feet, between the hands. Fold forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Now from here, bend the knees. Reach the arms to the back. Reach the hands to the back. Lifting the upper body up, but keeping the knees bent, sending the hips back, and then reaching the arms through to the front. Arriving in Utkatasana, chair pose on this. Sitting here once more, relaxing the shoulders a little more away from the ears, reaching the hands forward, and rising up all the way, standing tall, the arms out to the side. Palms come to touch, draw the hands down along the midline to the heart. Taking a little moment, closing the eyes, and then on your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down the midline, fold forward. And lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And then once more, we can use blocks, so keep the hands on the mat. Inhale, step the right leg back, step it long, lower the knee, drawing the left foot back, right head forward. And we rise up one more time, creating length. And then on the exhale, this time we circle the arms back and around all the way. One more time. And circling back and around. Lifting high. And then this time you can stay here, or you can see if you can lift that right knee off the mat and find a high crescent lunge. Circling the arms back and around. And you can still be down on the floor, or you can be up here in high crescent lunge. And then on the exhale, bringing the hands to the blocks on the mat, lowering the back knee in. And lifting the back knee again and stepping the right leg to meet the left, fold forward. Inhale, the left leg steps back, lower the knee, squaring the hips, rising up, reaching long, and then out of the length, leaning back, circling the arms back and around. One more time, and the next time you reach the arms up and forward, you can decide if you want to lift that left knee, finding high crescent lunge, and continuing our circles here. Reach the arms high. The hands come down to the mat. And we step back into high plank. You can decide if you want to be in high plank or if you want to take a break. Maybe in child's pose, releasing the low back a little bit. And from here, if you're in high plank, we inhale, we draw the right knee diagonal across the body to the left elbow. Exhale, step it back. And switching sides on the next inhale. And one more time on each side. You can lower the knees down or keep the knees lifted. And then pulling through between the opening of the hands, finding a cobra. Or maybe even coming up into an upward facing dog. The legs and the shoulders away. And then lower down all the way for a moment. Keeping the hands under the shoulder. The breath or two here. We keep the feet untucked. Lifting up, sending the hips back to the heels. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe a slight opening of the shoulders and of the hearts up. And we bring the hands to the knees. And this time we draw the belly button in, tuck the chin, and we round the low back, rounding the spine. Pulling the heart through between the shoulders, and on the exhale, rounding the spine. One more time. And walk the hands forward, tucking the toes under, lifting up, downward facing dog. And step the hands through, the feet through between the hands. Something with my hands and feet today. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise up all the way. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then once more, we go through our little flow from the beginning where we soften the knees, draw the inhalation up from the earth, reaching the arms high. Exhale, softening the knees. Inhale, drawing the hands up. Exhaling down. And then this time, weight into the left leg, reaching the right leg up for tree pose. And on the exhale, stepping it back down. Switching sides, inhaling, left foot up. And exhale, we lower down. Inhale, rise up all the way to standing, and then on the exhale, bend the knees and bring the fingertips once more, palms facing forward, touching the earth. Reaching the arms long. And then here we place the hands on the thighs, a little bit above the knees. And we round the spine, tuck the belly button in, tuck the chin in. And how we draw the chest forward, draw the shoulders away. And exhale, rounding. And you can also stay in one of these. You don't need to go back and forth. If you really want to just stay, release the low back and just hold this pose here and breathe evenly. Or if this opening feels really good, then just stay here, relaxing the jaw. And inhale, rising up all the way to standing. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift halfway, and then on the exhale, we step back to a high plank, going through a flow. Can drop the knees, can keep the knees lifted, hugging the elbows and lowering halfway down. Coming through into upward facing dog and into downward facing dog. And from here, we just simply step the right foot forward. Bring the right hand on the inside of the right foot and turn around to the front. The toes are facing out. Legs are wide. We're bending the knees. Just taking a moment, keeping the fingertips on the mat, just rocking from side to side here. We're bending the knees. The upper body is parallel to the mat, and then we float the arms out to the side. And then we continue rocking from side to side. It's more like a wave with the upper body. Then find the center. Keeping the knees bent, lifting the upper body, and the hands come to touch at the heart. Maybe sinking a little bit lower. As we inhale, we turn the left heel out and open the arms out to a warrior two. And draw the heel in, draw the hands to the heart. And this time the right heel spins out. Warrior two to the other side. Inhale, the hands draw back in, sinking into temple. And exhale, we open out. Turning in. Opening. One more time, drawing back into the center. Spinning the left heel out and holding Virabhadrasana 2 here for a moment. And then really taking our time to press the outer edge of the left foot into the mat. And yet, engaging, having that sensation of drawing the feet towards each other. So we have this engagement in the inner thighs. Shoulders are relaxed. The jaw is relaxed. The left hand drops to the left thigh. Inhale, we reach the right arm high to 12 o'clock. Come a little bit longer. And then from here, bending backwards. Peaceful warrior. And you can stay here. You can bring the left hand up. And then the fingers hook overhead. And gently pull that right arm back a little bit, opening the right side body, the right rib cage up. And then checking in with our legs. What happens here? Is our left knee caving in, or is our left leg still strong? And then we find warrior two. And we turn back into temple. And spinning the right heel out. And opening out to Virabhadrasana 2 here. Once more, taking that moment to setting up. That left knee pulls gently to the outside, and the right outer edge of the right foot spins into the earth. And then energetically we pull, draw the feet towards each other, engaging the inner thighs. The right hand comes down to the right leg. Inhale, the left arm reaches high, and then leaning back. Staying here or bringing that right arm up. Fingers hooking overhead and gently pulling on that left arm to open up the left side body, the rib cage a little bit more. And inhaling out to Virabhadrasana 2. Maybe we sink a little bit deeper and maybe we dig down into the earth a little bit more. Turning back into temple. And here we bring the arms, reach the hands towards the ground. Inhale, we rise them up, palms lifted up to the sky, reaching up all the way, and then on the exhale, we pull the fists into the waist. And sinking a little lower, maybe with the tailbone. Once more. Reach the arms up and straighten the legs. Bring the hands down to the hips and then turn the toes facing forward. And then from here, place your hands on your low back. And reach the crown of the head a little bit taller to the ceiling. Tuck the belly button slightly in. And maybe drawing the elbows back, the shoulder blades back, looking up a little bit. You can stay here, or you can even slide the hands down along the back of the thighs. Checking in if the low back's bothering you. And just keep your gaze forward. Keep your hands on your low back. And then from here, we slide the hands all the way down along the back of the thighs, coming forward with a straight back and then finding a forward fold here. And the hands are wrapped around the ankles, drawing your upper body a little bit closer, and shaking the head a little bit, yes and no. Bring the hands down onto the mat. Right hand roots down as the left arm reaches up to the ceiling. Maybe you find a half bind. Bringing the left fingertips to the inside of the right hip crease, or keeping the arm lifted to the ceiling. It's up to you really what feels good, what brings you the opening you desire. Wherever you are, the left arm reaches high, and then on the exhale, draws down to the earth. Inhale, the right arm reaches high, and then once more, an option, you can stay here. You can find that half bind, drawing that right shoulder open. Drawing the right hand a little higher. Exhaling, hand down to the mat. And then from here, turn over to the right side, framing the front foot with your hands. Lowering the right knee down, the left knee down, lowering the right knee down, and then swinging the legs out to the side, finding a seat. And then we're entering both poses one more time, a little different than we did in the beginning. We reach with the hands to the back of the thighs, lifting the shins parallel to the floor, and then reach your chest forward. And reach the hands forward. As we inhale, draw the elbows in, lower the legs long down, hover. As you exhale, come back up, extend the arms forward. Inhale, we lower down. And exhale, we lift up, extending the arms forward. Checking in with our jaw, making sure we're not grinding our teeth on the teeth grinder. One more time, and then holding down here for a moment, hovering, and then lowering down all the way, releasing into the ground here for a moment. And sliding the feet up to standing. And take a moment and tilt the pelvis up and forward so that the low back is on the ground. And releasing. And then as we inhale, we press into the feet. We lift the arms up and overhead and lift the hips up. Exhaling, hips down, arms down alongside the body, moving into some moving bridges. If moving bridges is not your thing, you can come straight into a bridge of your choice. You can find restorative or a block with a block under your low back. You can find a full bridge. And then you can stop at any time, maybe keeping the arms reaching back behind. Or bringing them alongside the body. Maybe interlacing the hands. Pressing into the feet, lifting the hip up a little bit more. Again, do you need exhale or inhale? Yeah, do we need stability? Do we need a little bit more lift? And lowering the hips down to the ground. Take a moment, draw the knees into the chest and place the hands cupping the knees. And then as you inhale, draw the knees away from the chest so that the arms lengthen on top of the knee. And as you exhale, draw the knees into the chest, the elbow bend. Keep going, inhaling, straighten the arms, send the knees away, and exhaling, draw the knees in. And then we place the feet down on the ground. And we cross the right leg over the left. Lift the hips and scoot them over a little bit to the right. And then let the knees fall over to the left. Reaching the arms out to the side, maybe cactus arms, maybe out long, looking over the right shoulder. And then checking in, what do you need in your twist here? Maybe you even want to straighten that right leg on top, out a little bit, reaching with your left hand for the leg. And wherever you are, we bring the knees back up to the center, uncross the legs, bring the hips into the center of the mat. Then we cross the left leg over the right, press into the right foot, lift the hips, and scoot them over to the left and set them down. And let the knees fall to the right. Open the arms out, look over to the left. Find your variation of that twist here that you need. Inhale, drawing the knees back up. Bring the hips back to center. And then from here, reaching the legs out long to the ceiling. Just finding a waterfall pose here. Maybe if you have a block, you like to put a block under your hips. Pointing the toes, flexing. Drawing some circles. And then we find happy baby from here, reaching with our peace fingers for the big toe, or maybe just for the outer or inner edges of the feet. And you can play rolling from side to side. You can straighten one leg and bend one leg, just whatever you need at this point before you move into Shavasana. Any last movement? When you're ready for Shavasana, begin to lengthen yourself out, making sure you have the props nearby that you need to be comfortable. Maybe you want to cover yourself, maybe a rolled up blanket under your knees, anything you need at this point to really get comfortable. Taking a moment to make some adjustments. What can I do to get a little more comfortable? And inhale, and the exhale, release your body into the ground. And scanning your body, softening the area around the eye. Relax the jaw, part the teeth. Just a slight smile around the mouth. Maybe swallow once. Your shoulders soften. Your arms get heavy and relax. The hips draw into the ground. Your legs feel heavy and feet fall out to the side. And just relax into your breath. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the wave of the inhalation and the exhalation. Begin to draw your breath in a little bit deeper. And bring some movement into your body, just gentle movements, rolling the head from side to side gently, rotating the wrists and the ankles a little bit. And reaching the arms up overhead, stretching really long. And roll over onto your favorite side, just taking a mini pause here, resting your head, your elbows. And looking back onto your practice, acknowledging the fact that we showed up here all together and joined in on this practice, facing a little bit our discomforts. We're getting ready to moving back into the rest of the Friday and the weekend. Draw yourselves up to a seat. You can keep the eyes closed. Let the palms draw up to the earth, up to the sky. Yeah, receiving and giving. And bring the hands to the heart. Make this an open touch. So the heels of the hands are touching and the fingertips, but there's a lot of space between the hands. We can fill this, and we just join our voices, sealing our practice together with a final Om, sending comfort and healing to all beings. Inhaling to Om. We draw the hands up to the third eye center for some strength and healing in our thoughts. Down to our lips for strength and healing in our words, and back to the heart for strength and healing in all of our actions. Sending you peace, love, and light, and thank you for coming, and wishing you a lovely weekend.